And hello and welcome back to Atraxia. Last time, we saw a bit more of, good old lovable Avenger, the god of evil. He's kawaii. He's kawaii. Oh, it's so cute. But what do we have? We have a bunch of new stuff too. I could just not go to school. Yeah, let's not go to school. Let's talk to Illya. Ilya's nice. She won't kill me. Probably. In our yard, we have a storehouse and a dojo. Maybe it's been there even before Kritsuku, or maybe he built it himself after taking over the place. Either way, you could say his hobbies were a little eccentric.
Dojo wa tomokaku, dozo wa na. Tsukuri zakaya ka shichiya mitai da.
Sorry, I had to adjust something.
Tsukuri zakaya? Shichiya?
Skimming that at first, I thought she said porn shop, but I got my hopes up. As I turn my head towards the owner of that voice, I see Illya, tilting her head with curiosity in her eyes.
シチヤっていうのはブファンドハウスのことよね。
Is that the German word for it?
なあ、俺はお世話になってないけどな。商店街の裏路地の方に名物的な質屋があるって話だけど。
Like I think the house, that part of it, I think I recognize as being basically German for house, but I could be very wrong about that too.
知ってるわ。遠坂のお嬢さんが愛用してるって魚屋の店員が言ってたもの。
What did you know?
何?
Tohsaka's going around the pawn shops? Like before, I get the impression she's away, right? She's not in the area. Is she like not gonna show up or something? If we're constantly starting from the same time of these 4 days, it's not like she has time to just, come back, right? Maybe we'll slip into a reality where she never left in the first place. I don't know, maybe. Could it be that she actually has to pinch every penny and pawn off her precious heirlooms just to sustain her daily?
うん、そっちの方じゃないわ、シロ。
He's very readable, yeah?
リンの狙いは七流れの宝石なんでしょうね。流儀に反するけど、魔術の用途によっては前の持ち主が手放した古い宝石の方が効果があるし。
Yes, especially for her family, yeah?
それは牛の国参りとかそういう類の用途だろうか。
Oh, that's not even translated.
ご想像にお任せするわ。どうせなら非業の死を遂げた貴婦人の持ち物とか最高だけど。
I don't know. Why would I know that? That's scary. But I see. I did wonder just what she was stocking up, where she was stocking up all those gems from time to time. But I never thought that she'd use pawn shops. I have a fear that even I'll be pawned off before long. Yeah, it might be a wise investment even.
ねえねえ、ところでシロ、作り酒屋って何?
A very interesting question.
ああ、酒造家のことだよ。アルコール製造業者。
なるほど。ワインケラーライやブレンネライのことね。この国ではライスアルコホールを作ってるんだよね。
Okay. So it's more translation she's looking for. Okay, I got it. I guess she's talking about Japanese sake. Rice alcohol. Makes me think of something like rice wine, grains of rice soaked in shochu and whatnot.
清酒だけじゃなくて、焼酎とかもあるけど。
蔵ってやっぱりそういうことに使うのね。
I mean, at this point in time, probably everything is basically, distilled here, and all the different types of alcohol is made here in some capacity. Even if some probably have more volume than others out of popularity. Unusually impressed, Illya keeps nodding her head. Well, she does own a castle, so maybe the Ironsburns.
なあ、 イリアの城にもそういう蔵とか醸造所ってあるのか？
こっちのお城？あっちのお城？
Yeah. This or that. Ah, right. Yeah, she really does speak like the heiress of a true aristocrat.
こっちのお城は別荘だから、地下にワインケラー、つまりはワインセラーがあるだけね。それも全然使ってないけど。
This castle's just a vacation home.
じゃあイリアのお国の方にはあるのか？
あそこはワインが作れるような気候じゃないから。でも蒸留所はあったわ。
So why haven't you gone back? That's another question. What, yeah, I mean, legitimately, did you just like, did your parents were like, you're lost, don't come back or something like that? Like, why? Whether maybe they don't care because she's not super long for the world anyway, so they're not gonna, you know, care about the rest of her life now that the war's over.
へえ、ウイスキーとか作ってたのか？
Or not, maybe not. I'm trying to remember, because I guess what I'm trying to remember now is I do have vague memories of Fate Zero that I've put together as being related to her and all that sort of stuff. And presumably that original castle and such as well. I do have vague memories of that, and maybe it was just her mother? Man, that's like 10 years ago now, or whatever the hell it was. It feels like a decade since I've seen any of that.
オードビーって意味なら正解かな？
I don't think that word was said, but she said it out loud. Audivi? I don't know.
魔術用の素材は自前で調達するから、アルコール類はどれだけあっても足りないんだし。
Oh, is alcohol a common magic ingredient?
そうか、そういう実験材料の工房だったのか。
I guess they use alcohol to preserve samples, or I don't know, maybe to make chemicals or something.
白の蔵もお酒には関係ないわよね。
俺、作れても酒は飲まないし、あそこは物置だから。
白の工房なんだよね。ねえ、お兄ちゃん。
The sudden change in the way of address surprises me. And that smiling face. I know I'll be unable to say no, no matter how naughty the request is.
お兄ちゃんの土蔵、お邪魔していいかな？
I don't really think there's anything all that special there, yeah?
いいけど、面白いものないぞ。
Does she expect something interesting?
いいの。もうちょっと白の工房を観察したかったからね。
Really, prepare to be disappointed, please. Please prepare.
どうぞ。ちょっと誇りっぽいけどな。
Please prepare.
ありがとう、白。
Please prepare to be disappointed. Seeing her so full of joy makes me happy as well, as I hope she's not expecting too much. Although it isn't much, I'm glad my little workshop has pleased her. Okay, she's actually sort of interested. Fantastic. She jumps inside, or I guess maybe we haven't gotten to that point yet. Her gaze stops on the heaping pile of junk in front of her.
これ、白が全部集めてきたの？
Okay, cool. She's not completely disappointed. Fantastic. I wouldn't expect her to have high expectations of Shiro's workshop. But, you know, you never know, no.
半分俺、半分藤根ってところかな。関係ないものはもっぱら藤根。気がつくと増えてる。
大河だったらそういう習性があってもおかしくなさそうよね。
Yeah, you've probably dealt with her enough to understand that, yeah? She dives into the mountain of junk. Okay, Illya, don't. I'm worried about the dust getting on her clothes.
イリア、探検するなら軍手があるけど。
大丈夫よ。おお、これ何？ シロ。
Did I leave something stupid in here? Kia comes out of the round object?
それは七輪だ。藤ね、なんだってそんなもの。
I don't know what that is.
七輪
Uh,
コンロの仲間？
okay.
さあ、その中に練炭を入れて、上に網をかぶせて料理をする。
Oh, one
にしても、練炭なんか持ってないぞ、俺。
that? Okay. I think I've seen those before. Probably meant to grill some cuttlefish on it or something. Oh. It's not broken, so we could use it now. And it is fall. But I'd rather have some mackerel instead of cuttlefish.
いろいろある。
She puts down the stove and resumes her exploration. Yeah, I imagine a lot of this probably would be very alien to her. Very interesting, maybe. A hot water bottle, katatsu heater, vacuum cleaner nozzle. I'm impressed by the variety.
これ全部直して使うの？
そうでもないけど、できる限り使い回したいと思ってる。
それにしてもこれがシロの工房なのね。
She spins and looks around. Oh no, the expectations are rising. I can feel just disappointment in myself. Her face shows a complex expression of dissatisfaction. But at the same time, she also seems unusually impressed.
なんだろう、この感じ。全然似てないのにすごく似てる。これってもしかして。
イリア？なんかおかしなところがあるのか？
Good question.
知らないけど。ねえシロ、ここって何かあった？以前大きな魔術を使ったとか。
Whoa, it's where Saber was summoned, yeah?
いや、強化の鍛錬はしているけど、大きな魔術を使ったことなんてないぞ。
Wasn't Saber summoned here?
あると言ったら、あ、そうだ。セイバーが出てきたのはここだったっけ？
セイバーの召喚場所だったんだ。なるほどね。確かにここでならセイバーを呼び出せるわ。召喚陣を刻んでから立てたのか、それとも人目につかないここを選んだのか。もう前回の召喚者しか知らないことでしょうけど。
Yeah, whatever ended up actually getting the summoning to the point of being able to happen definitely would have had to have happened prior to Shiro's involvement. Illya almost sighs as she mutters all that in a low voice.
ま、そんな昔話はどうでもいいわ。
I wonder how much of her interest is in Kuritsugu, too.
それより採点だけど、ま、10点ってところかな。
Out of 10 or out of 5? 10 out of 5, definitely.
いろいろ面白かったけど、工房はもっとしっかりしなきゃダメよ。これじゃまるっきり物置じゃない。
That's not my choice, though.
面目ない。昔からの習慣か、なんとなく物置と鍛錬場所は同義な気がして。
やっぱりシローはシローよね。私が一肌脱がなきゃいけないのかしら。
Alternatively, we could also just expand it so that it's also a bedroom. He sleeps here anyways, so.
というと、改造するとか？
そうよ。いろいろ物は運ぶけど、すぐに私の部屋くらいにはできるわ。
Have I seen yours? So she says, full of confidence. But, like her room? You mean Ilya's room? I imagine she means her workshop, yeah?
セラとリズを呼んで、ここを片付けて、内装を変えて。そうね、3日もあれば。
Wait, are you trying to change it into like a room you can stay in, maybe?
また、ここをあのお城の中みたいにされると、俺はすごく落ち着かない。
To have a western side room just in the storehouse of this purely Japanese residence would be nothing more than a joke. Opening the door to find the storehouse until you're aligned with carpet.
もちろんその辺は配慮するわよ。とにかく。
はい。
I instinctively lower my head as a reaction to Illya's sudden, didactic tone. Okay, I guess it's been decided.
シローも一人前になりたいと思ったら、まずその辺の形から整えるのも重要なの。工房
重ねて面目ございません。
それもこれもリーンの仕込みが悪いのよ。まったく遠坂は放任主義というか、自主性を尊重しすぎというか。
He's Rin technically, training him at this point. Illya's mad at Tosaka's negligence. Although, Tohsaka is certainly my current teacher.
いや、それとこれは関係ないのでは。
ないわけないわよ。師匠は弟子の工房の作成の監視をしないと、どんな邪道に迷うか分かったものじゃないのに。
What sort of trouble? Wait, what sort of trouble? I have a bad feeling about this.
そうね。やっぱりシローは私が見てあげないと。
Are we about to enter a bad end?
リンなんかにお兄ちゃんは任せられないし。
I feel like we're about to enter a bad end. A complacent smile, or maybe a smirk, or maybe an internal devil's grin. A pair of crimson eyes slowly closes in. A strong, musky scent permeates the dark storehouse. A mirage slowly takes hold over my brain. I feel like a moth fixated on a light. I can move any part of my body, yet it feels as if I'd ruin something big if I moved even a finger.
ねえ、シロー。シローは私がちゃんと面倒を見て立派に育ててあげる。
イリア、落ち着け。それは。
お兄ちゃんこそちゃんと落ち着いて考えなきゃ。ほら。
Her eyes and lips move closer to mine. The little body sitting in my lap feels light as a feather.
シロー、お兄ちゃんは私のこと嫌い？
Please don't make this weird. Please don't make this weird. Please don't make this weird.
そんなことはないけど。
Please don't make this weird.
好きなら大切な私のものにしてあげる。
She's back to this.
セイバーのことも他の誰のことも考えられなくなるくらい極上のデザートにしてあげる。
Whoa, that flashed. Suddenly, the fog in my mind clears. Fool me once, the miserable experience from the first time now lets me turn the tables on her.
甘いぞ、イリア。いくら俺でも同じ手は食わない。
ね、シロー。
Haha. My free will that had been trapped in those red eyes returns.
じゃあ逆に質問。俺が好きならイリアは俺のものになるか？よし、好きあり。
Tickle her. Hug her tightly.
何するの、シロー。
Tickle her. Do it.
何言って。猫みたいに気まぐれで人をおもちゃにしようとしたいたずら娘にお仕置きをしようかと。い
たずら娘じゃないし、猫なんかじゃないの。それにレディーを担ぎ上げないでよ。
She hits my back a few times, but I don't care. Although the thought of surrendering to her truly did cross my mind once. I realized that Illya is still a child.
10年早い。
Yes! Thank you!
そんなの遅すぎ。だいたい10年も経ったらお兄ちゃんの方がイリアのものになりたくてたまらないようになってるんだから。
Quite maybe, possibly. Let's wait 10 years, though.
その時に同じこと言われたらまずいかもな。
見てなさいよ、シロー。リンはおろか、サクラなんか目じゃないほどムチムチのパツンパツンになるんだから。
それはそれで何か寂しい。
I wish she could become a well-mannered lady. Wait, what the hell am I saying?
離せー！おらせー！シローのバカー！
Oh my god.
お褒めに預かり強越至極。よし、お茶にしよう。江戸前屋のどら焼きがあったし。
本当？ってそんなことじゃ懐柔されないんだから。シロのバカバカバカ。
Yay! Oh, I always liked her like in a little sister role anyways. Good. And get weird. Not too weird at the very least. New, eh? Sure, Saber. Hey, I had a weird experience.
Saber, いるか?
I had a weird experience with Illya, and I think I might need to leave you behind forever. I knock lightly on the door, but there's no response. There's no way Saber wouldn't notice that. I guess she's not around. I saw her in the living room just before, and since I have some spare time, I was going to ask her to come practice with me.
Saber ですか?
Well, maybe this isn't with Saber. When did Ryder get here?
ああ、ちょっと探してるんだけど、見なかったか?
いえ、ここに来るまでは。
そっか。ならいいんだ。
Alright, I wonder where she might be then. But just as I'm about to head back to the main wing, Ryder catches me by the sleeve.
ところでシロ、少しよろしいでしょうか?
どうかした?
はい。どうも最近自転車の調子が思わしくなく、右へと勝手にハンドルが切れて困っています。時間があったら見ていただきたいと。
Come on, you're Ryder. Can't you just ride a problematic bicycle perfectly? Oh, okay, I see. Now that she mentions it, I really have been skimping out on maintenance lately, and the amount that goes into her steed would be considered luxury for any other regular bike. Ryder's own city bike, a so-called mamachari, had not been made to withstand things like drift turns.
わかった。じゃあ見ておく。
Before I take it out with the rest of the garbage, that is.
お願いします。
So it's probably not fixable, yeah? Because of the problems that it's not made to do drift turns, it's probably a matter of stress and the actual parts wearing down to a point that you need to outright replace them. And for some of those parts, you might as well just buy a whole new damn bike at that point. So with a light parting nod, I go inside my room, right next to Saber's. Wait, what? I thought Saber was not living next to me. Right, I guess I have to go look at the bicycle. Or did she? I thought she was just threatening to. And before I know it, it's all done. And this is a bicycle number 2. All fixed and polished to sparkle. At first I was just going to do the steering wheel bearings and maybe just the brake cables at most. And yet, for every small part that bothered me, rather than to overlook it, I kept thinking I'd be done soon anyway, so I took it all apart and ended up going over every single thing. But once it was all in pieces, the plan kept changing.
まあ、これだけやればライダーも満足だろ。
Well, at least there was an endpoint. I've even replaced the consumable parts with more durable ones. That is as good as this bike will get, so it should be fine for another week or so. Oil and sweat all over me, I go back inside to have a shower, only to be met by Fujine flying out of the living room.
藤井ね、廊下は走らないのは学校だけの話じゃなくて。
あ、ごめんシロ、また後でして。
Saying that, she runs away. What did she do? Breathing heavily, here comes Sakura. Fujine is understandable, but seeing Sakura race around the house is a bit unusual. Not to mention difficult to deal with. Also, shouldn't you be at school? Isn't today the school day? I thought today was the day of school.
どうしたんだ一体。
そのイリアさんがいらっしゃったのでお茶を入れようとしたら藤村先生がお茶受けをつまみ食いしちゃってて、第一格納庫、第二格納庫、防災用の乾パンまで全部。
We have an emergency kit? Sounds like a thorough job. Yeah, so that's why she's being chased.
でも人里に降りてきた腹ペコタイガーが食料を荒らした程度でこんな大騒ぎしなくても。
Ouch! Just make sure that she's properly scolded and that the replenishments are paid for out of her own pocket before she has a chance to escape.
それがセーバーさんの分も食べちゃってて、イリアさんが指摘したらダラダラ汗を垂らしてほとぼりが冷めるまで身を隠すにを掘って逃げ出したんです。
This is an interesting Interesting?
一刻も早く捕まえてくれ。
So, are we gonna have Ryder do it?
イリアには俺からも謝っとく。
それが乾パンに入ってるコンペイトーのありがたみを私が語って聞かせたら、イリアさん思いのほかムキになってて。
Maybe not the best way to handle that situation.
いや、それ非常食。
さくら、タイがいた。今屋根に上がってる。
Hey, you aren't allowed to climb the damn roof at school, too! Leah's voice is coming from the yard. Oh, wait, the roof.
はい、今行きます。そんなわけで、先輩すみません。ちょっとライダー、そんなロープなんて持ち出してどうするの？
Throwing on her sandals, Sakura goes out into the yard. Whatever Ryder's up to, I don't think I want to know. Let's look the other way for now.
それにしても。
The other option was Sakura, right? Is this the same thing that was happening when I was looking for Saber? As usual, some aspects of big game hunting came out. I should have them before this really gets out of hand. And thus, Vijane is finally captured, hog-tied, thrown into a closet, and forgotten. Illya and Sakura are in the living room teaching her a lesson. I wonder how. As for me, I'm repairing the roof that she trampled on. There might still be a typhoon this year or something.
それにしても。
I feel kind of sorry for Archer. Could it be that he got cranky because we just left him perched on the roof all alone?
冗談。そんなことあるもんか。
Yeah, why is he over in Shinto shooting at me, by the way? With all the smoke and whatnot, I doubt that always staying here is one of his favorite jobs. Anyways, there's still time until dinner. Now go get some rest someplace quiet. Also, do we know who he is in this? Did we ever actually... Yeah, no, Emiya figured it out in Unlimited Blade Works, right? Obviously, I don't remember things well, but I'm pretty sure he did. The alternative would be that they just, technically, he never learned. They just revealed it through the story. I'm pretty sure it was that, though. Could be wrong. Nothing unnecessary, only a bare wooden floor. After all, no matter how many residents we had, this place never saw much use. From the beginning, I had forgotten it. Oh, we're back to talking about Saber, like I originally selected. I calmed down my disarrayed mind. This is where it all began. I'll indulge in this nostalgic feeling for a while. I guess I just wanted to stand there for as long as I could. Just quickly stand still at the entrance. That's where she was?
していたのですね、シロ。
Okay, yeah, she's here then, yeah? I wonder how long that lasted. All too fast, Saber's voice releases my bound body.
ああ、セイバーこそいつからここにいたんだ？
そうですね。お昼が終わってからです。
In other words, just about half a day.
シロ、どうかしたのですか？何か私に用事でもあったのでは？
Sort of realizing this is probably how she spends most of her days.
ああ、いや。
Well, sure. I was gonna ask Saber to help me train, but... it's already starting to get dark. So, what can we do now?
ちょっと落ち着こうかと思って。
なるほど。確かにここなら落ち着いて考え事ができる。なら、私は外しましょう。
いや、それは。
Now that the two of us are here, I want Saber to stay for a while. Yeah, like I'm gonna embarrass myself by saying that.
どうかしましたか？
なんでもない。
I'm having deja vu. This has happened before. This has definitely happened before. This sounds so this feels so familiar. Is someone gonna run in I feel like... Did it happen? I need to fucking check the previous episodes. Fuck, give me a sec. Okay, no, it didn't happen. I have this fucking feeling of deja vu. Of Shiro saying a line a lot like that. And this whole situation going down. And then, like, something very similar to what just happened with Fujine. Like, someone running in here or something like that. Am I just mixing up a memory I literally just created with something that happened not even in this game? Did I dream that at some point? Oh my goodness, that's just like the biggest feeling of freaking deja vu I think I've ever had when, like, recording Fate. Answering thus, I sit down and get comfortable. I'll probably soon forget all the small talk exchange today anyways. Get the evening sunlight dancing in the walls of the dojo, and Saber's gentle smile. Those will surely stay in my mind forever. I guess we got the Saber moment in the end. Okay. Hang around the Illya Residence. New way. With Saber! Hey, I go patrol with Saber. The situation around town isn't too urgent, but if I have nothing else to do, I should at least take a look around. Will everything be new again?
Saber, ちょっといいか。街の見回りに行きたいんだけど。
はい、準備はできています。事態を究明するか、もうしばらく様子を見るか。あとはあなた次第です、シロ。
Saber replies immediately, as if having read my thoughts. I'm very thankful, but...
いや、俺次第って言われてもな。巡回に行くからセイバーに声をかけたんであって、行く気がないならおとなしくしてるだろう。
Saber's reply was a little weird. I guess she noticed it herself as well, as she lets out an ah of surprise.
そうですね。シロが巡回に行くのならと同行を願ったのは私の方でした。
Yeah, and I didn't have the option last time.
シロの覚悟を試すつもりなどなかったのですが、自然に。
She bows her head. She bows her head as an apology. I don't really think that's necessary. I wasn't particularly motivated to go myself, but now that I got a push in the right direction, it's all good.
セイバーも平和ボケしたのかな。夏休みはこれといった事件もなかったし、少し気が緩んでたんじゃないか。
そのようなことはありません。私はあなたの剣だ。シロがまだ私を必要とする限り、決して不覚など取りません。
The neat thing about toleration is that there has to be someone to be intolerant for the lack of toleration to be applied. So, who would not tolerate it? Because Shiro seems perfectly willing. Saber's determination seems flawless. Herself? That's very reliable of her, however.
嬉しいけど、それって俺が半人前でいる限り気が休まらないってことだよな。はあ、セイバーにとっちゃ俺はまだ手のかかる弟子ってことなのか。
いえ、シロを責めているわけではなく、あくまで私の心構えを口にしただけであってですね。言葉にはしませんが、私はシロはよくやっていると。
Can we go now? Saber hastily corrects herself. Although I do want to talk more. If we make noise in the corridor, we might attract an undesired third person.
いえ、むしろ日が経つごとに感謝の念が増す一方であって。と、聞いているのですか、シロ。
Listening to what?
悪いな、セイバー。その話はまた今度ゆっくり聞かせてくれ。
I cut the conversation short and grab Saber's hand. Before we get discovered by other inhabitants, I hurriedly escape from the hallway. Okay. We do our best to sneak outside. The residence surroundings, peaceful and quiet. Normal.
さて、それじゃあ軽く街を見て回ろう。どこが怪しいのか、そもそも何がおかしいのかさえ不明だからな。要領を得ない巡回になるだろうけど。
That said, down at the road. But before that...
セイバ
ー。はい。何でしょう、シロ。
Do you have to be garbed up? Do you need that to be ready for a surprise attack? Why is she so energetic and eager?
さ、街中で武装するのはどうかと思うぞ。まだ10時前だし、人に見られたらどうするんだ。やる気になるのは敵が出てきた時でいいじゃないか。
いいえ、敵が分かっていない状況だからこそ、防御だけでも万全を期しておくべきです。
Exactly, let's go to the bridge.
シロ、人の目を気にするのは自分で自分の身を守れるようになってからにしてください。
To be fair, yes, looking like you're on guard will stop a lot of people from creating conflicts at the very least. It made her angry for the first time in a while. Can't really agree not to care about how we look, but when it comes to battle, her intuition is irrefutable. In other words, now that she is on high alert, this evening stroll will not end as simply that.
わかった。セイバーに任せる。けど、知ってる人が視界に入ったら即座に武装解除してくれよ。
はい。状況によりますが、可能な限り善処します。
Got it. What options do we... Oh no, I have to go all the way over again. Aw. Okay, what had the weirdest thing going on? I think we directly saw a shadow here, yeah? Nothing that noticeable on this end of the residential district. There's just no one walking outside, but there's nothing out of the ordinary otherwise.
確かな異常はありませんが、何か妙な違和感を覚えますね。
More like facts are contradicting each other. We can hear the peaceful clamor of families enjoying their post-supper evening. The eve at Miyama is still lit up by the lights coming from these houses. So then why is it that on a normal evening like this, we haven't passed by anyone?
まあ、危険はないんだからいいんじゃないか。次に行こうぜ、次。
All the more reason to think that those things are those like black shadow things are actually the people. Families and etc., etc. But where are they? They're in the houses where the people are. Because it's the people. I turned my back on the Japanese-style end of the residential district.
お、セイバー、今そこの家に人が入っていったぞ。お父さん。
What looks to be the silhouette of a person smoothly entering the dwelling without even ringing the doorbell.
そうでしたか？私は気づきませんでしたが。
Nito, that's concerning.
セイバー側からは見えなかったのか。まあ、とりあえずちゃんと誰かとすれ違ったってことだな。
Now that the missing piece has been put in its place, we should go somewhere else. Ha 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 ha. I guess it's about time to go back. It's not like we only have tonight. There's time tomorrow too.
今夜はここまでにしておこう。次の巡回も声をかけるから、その時はよろしくな、セイバー。
はい。シローが頼りにしてくれるのなら喜んで。
The two of us return to the Emery residence. It seems the end of the night has been postponed for a little longer. Got it. Okay. A lot of new ones. I should do something that isn't those. A lot of story ones, too. Tohsaka Residence. Who could be here? I'm so curious. Well, that's foreboding. The residential district's topmost house, the Tohsaka Mansion. With the master gone, it is now Fuyuki's haunted house in both name and reality. Okay, I guess maybe they literally were talking about that. What's the one in Shinto, then?
そこ、俺が掃除することになるとは。
Crap! No! What did I get myself into? There's a silhouette! That means a person's going to be here! This is supposed to be related to the main story? Standing in front of the gate, I look up and mutter. Tohsaka's somewhere in prison right now, and she asked me to come and clean the house from time to time, so I don't have much choice. For that length of time, I think it would be enough just to keep the doors and windows shut, but since she asked, I really should do a proper job.
手早く終わらせるか。
Taking out the keys, I recall the incantation to release the seal. There are 2 layers of locks while she's absent, so anyone other than Tohsaka will find it rather difficult to enter.
Abzug, Bedienung, Mittelstand.
Did it deactivate? The key turns and I pull out a mountain of newspapers and letters that were blocking the mailbox.
うわ、宅配便と郵便の不在票がこんなに。俺の家に転送しておけばいいのに。
If I can't get in, it'll be really funny. Not for me, though. If I tell Tohsaka I wasn't able to do any cleaning because I couldn't get the key to work, who knows what kind of scolding I'll get.
開いた開いた。お邪魔しま。
Sorry, I've not been fantastic about that today. For a brief moment, I'm stunned. The room lined with a soft carpet is full of expensive antique-looking furniture.
いやー、どこから掃除すればいいんだこれ。
Does she still have that hole that Archer fell through? Being used to a purely Japanese-style environment, I'm at a wit's end. I mean, you can call this Western style, but it's also really olden times Western style too. That really expensive-looking Novu, is that how you pronounce it? Novu light stand over there looks fragile enough to break if you were to touch it wrong. There are tons more. There's a ton of more things like that everywhere. Are you talking about this? I mean, no, that won't break. That's pretty stable. That's probably like strong oak or something like that. Now Sakura would be used to cleaning Western-style houses. I regret not bringing her along.
ライダーもいれば効率よく掃除できるしな。人手が足りないな。
Shall we give up and come back another day? For now, let's just air it out and wipe off the dust. I give the room a once-over, open the shutters, and open the windows. It really is kind of dusty. Like the amount of dust that couldn't actually build up in the time she's been away.
さて、掃除道具は下か。
Probably in the storage room under the stairs. Which reminds me, Tohsaka did tell me something really mean. She said that if I become her live-in apprentice, I would have to sleep in that storage room. Am I a maid, or are you some kind of boy wizard or something?
さて、軽くやってみるか。
Why not both? Flapping the brush, I dust the room. Rather than just cleaning, this is more like going sightseeing in Tohsaka's house for the year-end cleaning ceremony.
そうだ、地下室あったよな。
I look through the bunch of keys for the one to the basement. There it is. Western style houses are also grand for having basements. Movies and novels tell me that a mansion's basement should have a wine cellar or stuff like that. A mansion. Maybe? I've not been in very many mansions. It depends what you'd qualify as a mansion too. Usually it's just used to say fucking huge house, but yeah. What should I do if it has a dungeon? Is that where Archer is? Is he locked up in the dungeon like during the day?
ここか。
Like, he mentioned Archer before, so it's not like he's not around. We know that he shot at us, so it's not like she brought him with her when she went to Britain. Even if it's pretty much the same as the storehouse at our place, the tension of knowing that many rituals have been held here makes me hold my breath. Thinking what Tohsaka must have done here stirs deep emotions. However, that's not what caught my eye.
ダンベルとか、妙にこう、なんつうか。
Yes, basements are probably going to be storage places. They're almost definitely going to be storage places. So it's exactly like a storeroom. It's both the workshop and the... Because this is where... I guess it might not be the workshop, but this is where she summoned Archer, right? What's this athletic equipment doing here, I wonder? I'm not sure how to comment on its presence. Actually, Tohsaka did say that she's doing push-ups and sit-ups before going to sleep. Sooner or later, she'll bring in all sorts of equipment, and it'll look just like a gym.
さすがにしないか、そこまでは。
The dumbbells don't suit her room, so she probably decided to put them here. I mean, it's a lot more than dumbbells. Which I don't even see the dumbbells in the first place. There's obviously exercise ball, punching bag, hula hoops, and What is that? I'm not making out what that is. Huh. This, I'm not really sure what the point of these are. I feel like I've seen stuff like that before. It's like some sort of training thing. But I'm not really sure what those even do.
まあとりあえずここはこのままで。
Let's just pretend I never saw any of this. The house should have gotten plenty of air by now, so I guess I'll leave early.
アンファン、ミッテルシュタンド。
Did I lock it well? It's starting to bother me again. I can at least tell that if I don't improve my magic, things are going to be tough. In more ways than one. Well, I wonder if I locked it poorly, and that's like the big thing that like pushes for the story there. Well, this has me curious. Is this... I think this was here before, maybe? Not sure what it is, but... Have we been here? This actually feels new. Like, we've been back in the woods, but like by the school is the main thing that I'm thinking of. Like in this general area. I go out to the hills behind the temple. The mountain range spread out beneath reminds me of the pure strength of nature. Beyond it lies the forest of the icebergs. When I think of that, the landscape I'm so familiar with suddenly feels like the scenery of a foreign country. Do they own the entire forest? I don't know. I brought myself here many times. I'm used to seeing the sights of nature here, so it shouldn't be particularly impressive to me. Actually, was this where the Holy Grail thing happened? Like, and this is its normal state? I didn't see that clearly. Bright sunlight makes me squint. It looks like there's something in there. The scenery tugging at my chest makes me squint. Whatever caused this change in mental state right now, the serenity of the surroundings puts me at ease. Should I loosen up and relax, I could end up gazing at the mountains until the stars come out.
いや、そんな場合じゃない。甲羅干しはまたの機会にしないと。
When winter break comes, everything will be covered in snow. So, we should have another camp next summer or something instead. I bet no one would mind having a picnic here either.
来年か。気の長い話だな。
Yeah, I know. I'm living in 2020. I know that feeling. I know that damn feeling. Patience. Who fucking cares about it? God damn it. What happens until then will be another story. Getting up and stretching my back, I leisurely leave the graveyard behind me. Man, I hope 2021's better. We've had some good notes to end the year out on, but man, it's still coming. It's not like it's just stopped. Yeah, let's go out for another walk. What's another place that we saw something? I saw something red here, yeah? Was it really just the post box? Oh. Okay. We go down the opposite side of the residential district from the Emiya household. From the entrance of the neighborhood to the hill that Tohsaka's house is on, there's nothing out of place.
唐突ですが、凛の家と桜の家の違いをどう思いますか、シロ？
I've never taken a strong look at them.
どう思うって別に違いなんて考えたことないけど。
I feel like I'd have to go back a scene and I might even be able to. Here. Let me be... No, that might break it. I don't even want it to try that.
なんだよ、セイバー。いきなり変なこと言い出して。ここ？
いえ、この巡回とは関係のない話なのです。前から疑問に思っていたのですが、本人たちの前では聞きづらいことなので。
Okay.
聞きづらいことね。じゃあ、魔術関連の質問か？
そういう話ではないような、あるような。つまりですね、凛の家と桜の家では、どう見ても桜の家の方が大きい。ですが、この土地の管理者は遠坂です。
Is that true? I never paid attention.
領主たる者が進化の家より狭い住居に住んでいるのはどうかと思いまして。
well, how big is it relative to Emiya's place? Bigger, I would assume looking at it. Then again, Saber's not one to worry about money. Rather, she's the type who would prefer to be more fussy about money. But I think this is more the case of a former king having a particularly strict evaluation criteria for her colleagues. The person that governs a piece of land must have an appropriately furnished estate, is the way a member of royalty would think. Yeah, here's the thing. Who fucking cares?
どうなのでしょう。肉親から搾取したくないというリンの気持ちはわかりますが、これも領主たる者の責務です。くだらぬ圧力を生む前に、遠坂邸を増築するか、魔党邸を没収するよう忠告すべきなのでしょうか。
Annex it? Advice like that may well end up with the sisters' quarrel that will leave the whole of Fuyuki in ruins. The scary thing is, Tohsaka would probably agree with Saber's point. Yes, but I also think, doesn't she not have the... I feel like she doesn't have a ton of money at this point. Like, she couldn't just, like, expand the house. So Annex would actually be the option. And... this is a nice nighttime stroll.
その忠告はやめてくれ。だいたいな、領主ったってあいつは影の領主だろ。あんまり目立っちゃまずいってことで、あえてささやかな生活をしていると見た。
Not to mention the size of the estate and blah 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 is entirely meant to be basically a power PR move. It has little to do outside of actually, you know, well, in terms of being a king, outside of just to assert your authority and intimidate and whatnot.
言われてみればその通りだ。
Now, if I was an actual proper king that wanted to be frugal and smart about it, I'd probably make like some sort of castle where it had like high walls and a very large defensive set of land and whatnot, but the actual house was relatively small, and maybe you had like a visiting throne room up front that would be very regal, and then everything else in the back would just be like pretty basic. And then you could just like use the rest of the area for like maybe no, even then that might be dangerous. Maybe you can make it military, maybe, for that sort of stuff.
リンが普段から節制しているのは、遠坂の当主としての位を隠すためだったのですね。
Yes, choice, because she definitely made the houses.
うん、そういうこと。だから間違っても遠坂に、リンはあえて貧窮にあえいでいるのですね、なんて言わないように。被害を受けるのは俺だから。
ええ、リンの友人として彼女の努力を見て見ぬふりをするとしましょう。
Tohsaka is blessed to have such an understanding ally. Of course, it's a misinterpretation, but it's all fine as long as the results is the same.
納得いったところで戻ろうか。こっちに異常はないだろう。
After a long detour, the moon marches on. Before it gets straight overhead, let's do what needs to be done. Achieve nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fantastic. Oh, hey, Illya. Oh. I actually wasn't trying to select that. I was sort of just like going in, oh, it'll bring me to another map, but then I forgot that's not a thing. That's fine. Hi, Illya. This is definitely a picture of a store. Actually, this seems very familiar. Did we come here during like the date stuff? Then again, actually, it might not be a picture. Just pretty well detailed. Whatever. Is she window shopping? Oh. No later than she produced that joyful utterance, Illya dashed into the shop. That was a nice little effect. They do seem to be getting more ambitious with that stuff, but it's always very much in moments that they do it.
Illya, 走ると危ないぞ。
My voice can no longer reach her. Well then, it seems I've been left all alone at the storefronts, but... I am pierced by all kinds of stares from around me. This is a boy's prohibited fancy shop, and the discomfort is nothing to joke around about. An urge to flee takes over me for a brief moment, but I can't just leave Illya behind.
シロ、こんなところにいたの？遅い。
Illya returned to lead me inside by the hand. Only with that did the stares from around me soften up a bit. To begin with, we're here simply because she asked. Oh, does she still have the tiger? Oh. During one of her raids, Illya saw Saber with her usual stuffed lion. That does sound familiar. I remember her getting that. I don't remember what the exactly how she got it, but I remember her getting that. And after teasing Saber for a while. Yeah, that sounds like her. Saber's just like, what? And thus we're here to buy Illya's stuffed toy. Saber's lying is a unique item. Fujine won it at a game center. I can't get another one like that. Okay? That doesn't sound familiar. Fujine. Oh, you know what? I do vaguely remember something like where she came in with a bunch of stuff and it was like, Saber's like, I sort of want this. It's been a while. Well, leaving that aside. She does look charming in her own way, as she examines all the various toys. Let's be realistic, it looks like I'm a big brother bringing his little sister in order to buy a stuffed toy. Siblings would be impossible. Our hair and eye colors are completely different, and we look nothing alike, so I don't know, friend's kid, cousin, family member of some sort. We're too close in age to be parent and child, well, going with the most appropriate. I mean, that's the best option. Flattery or not, I think Illya is cute just the way she is. But then, that doesn't extend to the part about Berserker and saying things like, I'll just kill you. That's where Terrace advances it by a fairly wide margin. Yep. How brazen of her. Ah, great. What on earth did Tohsaka teach her? On the other hand, it's a perfectly logical assumption after seeing me walk around places like these together with Illya. If I get spotted by a classmate, who knows what misunderstanding will happen. Well, a rumor with no basis will stay just as that. A baseless rumor, so I should maintain my dignity. Illya clings tightly to my arm. Don't say that out loud. Don't say that in a public place, please. I take back what I said. There's no way to do this in a dignified manner. Very much true. As gently as I can, I shake her off my arm, staying as discreet as possible. Apparently dissatisfied with my answer, she puffs her cheeks and goes back to looking at stuffed animals. Eventually, she finds something cat-like and turns back towards me. What do you call that, a catman or something? Well, at any rate, that's the toy she's holding out in front of me. Ha 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 ha. Have a cat? What did she say just now?
Illya, ちょっと待ってくれ。それはどういう意味だ?
You know what? She probably has tons of stuffed toys. Why did I think she didn't?
内緒内緒。は ちも可愛い。いじめがやりそう。
Her eyes happily move on to the next toy.
逃げようかな、俺。
An idea. I already hate myself for thinking that I couldn't leave Illya behind just a moment ago. No, that surely was a joke for sure. But to be on the safe side, I better splurge on some dessert on the way home, just to curry her favor. Well, that was a nice little outing. I'm so dead. Oh my god. I am left curious about this one. I am.
ちょっとあんた3年のエミヤ先輩だろ。
Hello, male character. That's not a servant. I look back towards the voice trying to stop me. And discover an underclassman that I'm sure I've seen somewhere.
あれ、君確か。
1年の三辻みのりって言うんだけど、弓道部に入ってるんで知ってますよね。
Oh, this is her brother, the one that's supposed to make them good.
ああ、三辻の弟さんか。道理で見覚えがあるはずだ。
Now that you think about it, I've seen him around since early spring. Sakura vouches that his archery skills aren't too shabby. Mitsuzuri criticizes him as all show and unacceptable, but she's the type that's harder on her own family, so he might just be the club's most promising ace.
姉ちゃんの弟ってやめてもらえませんかね。君っていうのもやめてください。らしくない。みのりとかお前とか呼び捨てでいいっすよ、エミヤ先輩。
Got it. Hey, you.
じゃあ、みのりでいいか。
No, let's call him you.
ええ。それぐらい気安い方が楽でいいでしょ。お互い。
But you is so much simpler, I don't even have to remember anything. Hey, you. Nice to see you. I wonder if he's being impolite on purpose or because he just is. Either way, I can't say he makes a good first impression.
で、何か用があるのか、みのり。呼び止めたのはそっちだよな。
あんたに用なんてないですよ。ただ部活もやってない人間がブラブラしてるのって目障りじゃないですか。エミヤ先輩、そんなんでも元弓道部だし、一応何やってるか聞いておこうと思って。
Scathing.
ちょっと調べ物をしてたんだよ。そっちは部活の帰りか。
分かりきったこと聞かないでください。弓道部が終わったついでに教室に荷物を置きに来て、その帰りです。
I see. But even then, this is the third year's hallway. I don't think there are any first year classes here. Is he lying to me? We both keep our silence. Minori seems to have something on his mind, but he's certainly not saying it. Given his explicit disdain for everything, it seems, I wonder, and this is just mostly in the dark, what if he wants to be like Emiya and quit the archery club? I wouldn't be surprised if he was peer pressured into it by his family. Strange, he doesn't seem the type to hold back.
弓道部の調子はどうかな。部員として新部長どう思う？
Or maybe he has a thing for Emiya. Okay, that's my base assumption going forward. I made a new character. They got a thing for Emiya. Guys, girls, tigers. Maybe not tigers. Dolls. What else is there? Berserkers. They got a thing for Emiya.
麻藤部長はよくやってると思うけど、俺も含めて素人が多いから結果が出にくいだけで、来年になれば誰だって納得するよ。
そうか。さくらのことだから一人で頑張りすぎてないか心配だったんだ。部
辞めた人間が何言ってんだか。部長にはあんたの心配なんていらないよ。たく、未練があるなんてみっともね。
Isn't his connection to Sakura is completely independent of the club, isn't it? He's so full of hostility. Perhaps Mitsuzuri's little brother really is upset by the fact that I quit the club.
なあ、途中で辞めたことで突っかかりに来たのか？
別に先輩に意見なんてないですよ。あれだけしゃが立ってるのに途中で辞めるなら、余人にはわからない理由があるんでしょうし。
Do you hate me because you don't understand me? Is that what it's going to be?
弓道場に顔を出すのも、まあ、勉強になるし、その日だけ姉ちゃんの機嫌も良くなるしで、悪いことは少ないっすね。
I don't get it. Then why all this hostility?
用がないならここでいいか？もう少し校舎を回りたいんだが。
ああ、いや、ちょっと待てよ。あんたに用はない。あんたに用はないけど、姉ちゃんがあんたのが詳しいって言うからさ。その、部長の趣味とか好きなものとか教えてほしいんだけど。
I had a feeling. So I didn't say it. One of the random ideas that jumped through my head was, I don't know, maybe he likes Sakura and is like really like pissed at Emiya because they're so close. I didn't think he'd come and ask about stuff like that, but... Oh, I get it. And no, in this case, it'd actually be hard not to.
ちょっと聞いてるんすけど、知らないならいいっすよ。それはそれでいいっすから。
Well, let's describe how she likes coming over to my house on the weekends and sleeping over and cooking meals with us, like a lot of meals that we cook together constantly, up against each other, shoulder to shoulder, hand near hands.
いや、それなりには知ってる。けど、それを聞いてどうするんだ？くだらないことに使うなら話はここで終わりだけど。
Well, you're just gonna scare him off if you make him actually be honest.
別にあんたに答える義理はないですけど。
Well, I don't have to tell you anything too.
俺もそっちに教える義理はないんだけどな。
姉ちゃんの言う通り食えないやつ。
The boy curses at me softly. His attitude is a little stiff, but Minori seems to be a reasonable guy otherwise.
ですね。知りたいのは俺個人の問題ですよ。悪用もしません。贈り物の参考にするだけです。
なるほど。つまり、さくらが好きなんだな。
I saw that.
別に好きとかそういうんじゃねえよ。
Oh, I saw that little death glare.
ただ、もうすぐ秋大会だろう。部長、疲れてるみたいだから、なんとかしてやりたいだけだ。
He answers calmly, except that his burning red face is about to set me ablaze as well.
なるほど、なるほど。で、さくらのどこが好きなんだ？
人の話何も聞いてないっすね、あんた。
聞いてるってば。聞いてるから教えてほしいんだって。
誠実さゼロ。言いたくないです。
He turns his face away, and again silence.
どこが好きってわけでもないんですけど、麻藤先輩、美人だから。
Simple as that. It seems like he gave into the silence. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure Mitsuzuri loves to make fun of a character like this.
美人だからって、えらく抗議的な理由だな。そんなこと言ったら、三綴も美人だぞ。
His sister? I don't really understand why people look at their family members in that way in any capacity. And even, like, why anyone would expect someone else to look at their family like that.
姉ちゃんなんかと比べんなよな。そもそも姉ちゃんは女じゃないっすよ。
Yeah, that's the right attitude, but okay, you've got my blessing. Oh, wow. Well, that's one bombshell of a statement to make. Well, it's a series anywhere within a kilometer wide radius from this, from here. This man is not to be underestimated.
いえ、今のは言葉のあやっすから。
ああ、頼まれても言わねえって。
Yeah, she'd shoot me to death first if I did. I don't want my friend to get a criminal record, but more importantly, I value my life.
話を戻そう、みのり。で、部長のどのあたりが好きなんだ？
その、大人っぽいところとか。
ふむふむ。他には？
たまにみんなに見えないところでお茶こぼして赤くなってるところとか、めったにないけどはしゃいでる時の柔らかそうな感じとか魅力的だと思うけど。
You've given this some thought?
ふむふむ。次はこっちの番だな。さくらの趣味は今のところ料理ぐらいで、好きなものは江戸前屋の大判焼き。欲しがってるのはカジュアル系の洋服かな。
Wouldn't you have to ask for like her size at that point? I'm not too sure about the last one, but I think I heard her say something like that to Ryder the other day.
あんたさ、俺にそこまで教えていいのかよ。
仕方ないだろ。そこまで言ってもらったら教えないわけにはいかないじゃんか。
I don't even mind, honestly. If it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be, but you know, go take your shot. My goodness. The third bout of silence. But since it doesn't look like there will be anything accomplished after this, I'll end it here.
じゃあな、秋大会頑張れよ。
いや、あんたに言われなくてもできるとこまでやりますけどね。
Right back to it, eh? And Minoru goes on his way. Well, what do you know? I knew soccer was popular, but to think that even Mitsuri's little brother.
けど、大人っぽいか。
Yeah, she definitely was forced to mature in a hurry. Got me off guard, but what can I say? Maybe it's just Minoru-kun. Sorry, just the mere act of throwing that at the end at this point. Or maybe it's that's how underclassmen see it. Either way, soccer has become one fine senpai. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my damn. Okay, we don't have too many of these to go. What's in the Illya Residence? So many. You know what? For now, let's die a little death, because that's definitely that'd definitely be a nice way to finish this. Oh, okay. Things to do in the living room. Have a rest. Another long, tiring day. Just a normal day as always, but all the events really tired me out. I take a bath and brush my teeth. I turn on the gas, lock the doors, and that should do it.
あれ、藤姉は帰ったかな?
Right, why is she here? It'd be bad if I locked everything up while she's still here. No, wait, she has the house key. And it's not like she'd leave everything wide open when going home. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Escort her home. Nah, she is a scooter now. That'd be pretty hard. Besides, so it's not just the difficulty. You considered it all the way through to the point where it's like, shit, I'd have to run, and besides, the Fujimura group members might come to greet her on the way. If so, she would be well protected.
いいか。寝よう。
Isn't she fairly strong on her own? Oh, that's just fantastic. Good night. May tomorrow be another good day. Is she in my bed or some... What? Poltergeist? Do we ever have such fun things in this house? Who is it all of a sudden?
何のんびり寝てるのよ、シロ
これは藤ねえか。
あはーん。セイバーちゃんがこんなことすると思ったの？べこいわね、シロ。もう3時間経ったピザぐらいにベコベコ。
威張るな。遠坂だって寝てる俺に2ドロップなんか打つか。っていうか帰ってなかったの藤ね。
そりゃもうまだまだ夜は長いじゃないのよ。
The clock says it's not quite 10 p.m. yet. To say by that time everyone's sleeping would be overly wholesome. However, at least one person is up until the date changes.
みんなすっかり寝静まっちゃって、お姉ちゃんはつまらないな。
Watch the damn TV. I'm sure late shows are on, yeah?
さくらも部活で忙しいんだし、ライダーもセイバーも休憩が必要で、みんな疲れてるんだろ。俺も。
Is that what they do? Do they just rest constantly outside of like when they need to use energy? And that way they can like stick around longer without as much magic consumption?
つまらないつまらない。
They should still get a job. Hey Fujine, you should get a night job. Get a second job. We've got a spoiled brat here. I wish you would focus this chaotic energy of hers on school or at least the archery club.
いや、それだけじゃ発散しきれないから藤ねえなのか。いや、とにかく早く帰って寝ろ藤ねえ。
シロが遊んでくれたら帰る。
God, who are you, Illya?
遊ぶってなんだよ。カードでもやるか？
We'll play one round of blackjack. I'm drowsy, but I guess I'm not so sleepy that I cannot endure this. A midnight game with just the two of us. I'm not sure if that makes me feel nostalgic or lonely.
むむむ。それはシロの挑発ね。
なんでもいいけど、二人っきりでできるものって言ったらポーカーとかスピードとかか？
まだスピードの方が勝ち目があるわね。
ダウトとか向かないしな藤ね。
I can tell a lie as soon as a card is dealt, after all. Tohsaka and Sakura are both also surprisingly good at that game. They're able to escape sticky situations quite well. Well, that aside.
いまいち気乗りがしないわね。
そうだな。セイバーかサクラがいれば盛り上がるんだけどな。二人とももう寝てるし。
And going to wake them would be just too awkward for doing this of all things. I can't say that it's because Fujine is feeling lonely with a straight face.
ほんじゃま、久々に二人っきりで積もる話でもするとしますか。
You have things on your mind?
なんかあるか？俺に。
いろいろあるわよ。シロは避けてるけど、進路の話とか。
Fujine touches on the painful spot. That's right, Fujine is worried about my public and private matters, so I can't handle this sloppily.
了解。ちゃんと話さないといけないって思ってたし、いいよ。
さくらちゃんとかセイバーちゃんとかいる前ではしにくいからね。シロは進路指導室に呼んでも来ないし。
まず呼んだことがないだろう。わかった。
And up from the futon. She looks up at me with confusion.
どうしたのシロ？
ちょっとお茶汲んでくる。玄米茶でいい？
はいはい。私の湯飲みで持ってきてね。
When a conversation starts getting long, it's best to have some tea. So is this really what she was aiming for, or did it just like spout up in her mind to actually do? Because she's actually being sort of a teacher at the moment. All right, the hot water in the pot's already cooled off. Alternatively, it might turn into a very non-teacher take on this. I can't make tea unless I boil it again.
夜間で手早く沸かせば。
It's gonna be quick, but it took longer than I expected. My apologies, Fujine, for the wait.
いい出しっぺだしな。少しくらい待たせてもバチは当たらないだろう。
In addition, she suddenly showed up tonight and welcomed me with a new job. I certainly wish she'd done that a little differently. An elbow drop? That would be a luxury, though. Fujine has acted that way since way back when, and she'll continue to be like that.
昔はあそこで反撃したけどな。
So, we had pretend martial arts, and you didn't win till the other tapped out from an arm lock. I'm sure Shiro won all the time. Back then, Fujine was bigger than me. I wonder who would win if I went at her with all I have now. Nah. Even though I've gotten taller, that doesn't mean I could beat her now. Well, what about with Saber's training? While I was thinking about Fujine, the water got to the boiling point. I quickly prepared the Genmachi, pouring it into Fujine's tiger stripe cup and mine.
さて、藤姉はちゃんと待っているかどうか。
If she sneaked into Saber's room in the meantime, it would sure be a relief. But it could also be problematic.
Oi, Fujine,
I start to say, but I stopped myself. While I was getting the tea, she had already dozed off. Right on top of my futon, no less. I went through the trouble of making this tea, only to see it go to waste. She came into my room uninvited, said that she wanted to talk, and then when I take my eyes off of her, she falls asleep.
まったく、しょうがねえな、うちの姉ちゃんは。
Yeah, she's acting more like that than a teacher at the moment. I put a blanket over her so she doesn't get cold. And the tea, well, since I brought it here, I'll help myself to it. My bed is now occupied. I'll have to suck it up, take a blanket, and go to sleep on a cushion in the living room or something.
Shiro.
See, this is why Western houses are better. We have couches that you can sleep on. Fujine talks in her sleep happily.
じゃあな。おやすみ、藤姉。
See you tomorrow. Tonight, I'll probably have a nostalgic dream. Okay. Well, that's probably a good place to end it. On to the 4th day. I really don't make a ton of progress on like each little loop. What do we got? So that's new. I don't think that's new. I almost clicked on that. Let us not commit to that one. Okay, well, okay. I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.